What's up, guys? This is the first SPL game of SPL 9, the tournament we all look forward to year round. It is between P2 and Bharat the Best. Tigers versus Sharks, I want to say. But it's not really important. It's more important because these are two very, very good. Yeah, it is Sharks. Okay, I'm great. Two very, very good SMOU players. Well, Ultra Sun and Moon now. Ultra Sun and Moon was great in game, by the way. I love that shit. Anyway, so P2 has a very cool team. The idea is that Chansey, he had an RMT of something very similar. The idea is that Chansey can only really be beaten by setup Pokemon, which isn't, entirely true, but a good amount of Pokemon just threaten to set up and shit on Chansey. So Ditto takes those setup Pokemon and just throws it right back in their face, which is awesome. Then he's got Zygarde because it's really, really good against any team. Toxapex because it's really good. And Scizor because it counters a lot of stuff. And I don't think he originally had Tornadus. I could be wrong. But I think there was a Zapdos there originally. But Tornadus is awesome. Well, I'm not so sure in Sun and Moon, and Ultra Sun and Moon, but in Oris it's terrific. And the tiers are rather similar, which is I haven't kept up with Ultra Sun and Moon at all. I played my first game for it like 20 minutes ago, but I think I know enough to get by. So any mistakes, please excuse me. Anyway, so BTB is an Indian prodigy, as who was first shown in the last World Cup where India tried to get in and he played a tiebreak game against Teal, which he won in rather dominating fashion. And he then proceeded to get in with the in crowd and make a lot of teams, and a lot of people liked him because he made a lot of good teams. Whereas P2 was part of the faux championship Tigers last year. Um, he's a good player. And here we go, SPL time. Been waiting for this all year. So I've quit my job, left school, and I'm now living in a Starbucks just so I can get these games. Anyway, if my frigging tab will open so I can play the music, then the birds face off. And the annoying thing about Torn is that it stays in on anything with special attacks, because if it's faster, i.e. Scarf, because it's so fast, then it's not going to kill and you get rid of the Scarf, then you can U-turn. And if it's got a boosting thing, then you can just knock it off. Ice Specs, Life Orb, Magnet, whatever, I don't know. Although that doesn't quite work so well at SM with the threat of Z moves, and Zapdos has been known to carry Z moves. And I guess it could be Mega. He's not going to risk anything. Nope, it's just Discharge. And Mega Latios and Mega Tar are both seen in SM. So SM meaning USM now. So I'm not sure which could be which. He could have Scarf Jirachi, could have a Spinef Jirachi, could have a Scarf or non-Scarf Lando. And Bantar is the rage post Doug Trio ban. And Mega Latios became pretty popular in Snake. So P2 not taking any chances. Doesn't even U-turn, which I think is interesting. Maybe he didn't want to risk static on Zapdos, because with all the defog Pokemon, then it's possible that Lando has it as well, and that lets Zapdos run 3 attack more effectively. Anyway, Chansey gets up rocks. Chansey is a very good Pokemon. I'm looking forward to how this plays out. Zygarde comes in. He's not too afraid of status because Chansey, I assume, has Heal Bell. So, Smog Tours goes wild, but I don't think that's as bad as it seems. And if that's not a wishing Jirachi, then it also seems like Zygarde can spam the shit out of Thousand Arrows over and over, and Lando will not be able to take it forever. I assume it is banned Zygarde. So, Pex can recover once, even if it were to be Z move, whatchamacallit, Zygarde, then he's not going to use it immediately. And that is banded, and that looks offensive as hell. So, on the original RMT team, I believe P2 had a Z Thunder Zapdos, so it could be Z Hurricane Torn now for Supersonic Sky Strikes that never miss. Here comes the Torn. There's the U-turn. It is Scarf Lando. Okay, so not Scarf Latios, which is rare, or not Scarf Jirachi too. I wonder if it's a Z Celebrate. Um, so here he's got a. Well, no, he doesn't have a free switch to T-Tar because this is likely an offensive set, and yeah, Zapdos is the safer option. He's going to want to get up rocks at some point. I don't think he just wants to flail against Chansey, seismic tossing all this stuff on the switch. So I was more surprised that Tox didn't go for a knockoff because that seemed to cover a lot more things. So I'm going to assume that he doesn't have it. So, because Zygarde without the ban, I mean, it'd still be good. And who knows, maybe the. Well, no, spamming 1,000 arrows, it's the thing it's supposed to do. I guess it could finish up with an extreme speed. But yeah, knockoff just seemed better because Scizor. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to hit Scizor with Toxic, so. And now he gets T-Tar in on Chansey, and that makes me think Choice Band and Mega Latios. Scizor is unmega'd, so this banded Stone Edge is going to hurt since Zygarde ate Toxic. And everything else kind of gets reamed. So let's go to the damage calc if we have time. Actually, holy Christ, my laptop is lagging very, very much, so I don't think calcs are a luxury we can afford. He's going to scout the move with Pex. Oh my god, that did nothing. I mean, it's a 2 KO, so obviously he's got to run the hell away, but talk about scouting. It's going to do a lot to Zygarde, which is just end with Toxic, then he does have. I wonder if he's healing with Chansey. That would be funny. But yeah, he wants to preserve Zygarde. I guess he doesn't. That did so okay with the crit, then, of course. But it's not too bad because he's going to get a kill with 1,000 arrows, actually. So I guess I underestimated Zygarde's brutality. Not brutality. Defense. And BDB has Indian third world internet, so he's pinging like hell. And P2 nobly asks for the timer off. I'm sorry, I haven't done this in months. Can you imagine if this was the first game of SPL and first video? Like, oh yeah, so the guy pings and that's the game. So thanks for watching. So I guess I can analyze the game a little. So he's going to have to pick his fodder against Latios here. Or Zygarde, sorry, I was looking at Latios because I was thinking maybe that can take a banded 1,000 arrows, even though I don't think it can. So pretty much things die, and I really want to think that he has some sort of support for the Zygarde on his Chansey, because otherwise it just seems a shame to let such an enormous threat just go. So, and he looks to be back. That is an ad. That is not music. So, I'm not sure what he wants to throw away here. I mean, Toxapex doesn't. I mean, it looks like he can stall, but I guess he goes right to Lando, and that does not eat it, as expected. And it would kind of be. I'm kind of wondering, what if you went T-Tar to threaten to pursue it, so he forced it to stay in, and he might even live at -1. That would be a very cool tactic. No, he just goes Latios to scare it out. So, Scizor or Chansey. Scizor does not look like it has a ton. I mean, Megad, it can switch into Tar, I guess. So with this being Mega Latios, then I don't think Chansey has much to fear from it. It could also be Z, but the Zapdos had leftovers. So I'm thinking Hmm. Really wish I knew more right about now. But in any case, I think Chansey's a good initial switch. If it's something like Calm Mind Z Psyshock, then the Shattered Psyche would really, really hurt. But I think he has the revenge killing capabilities for it. Who knows? He might even. Well, if Zygarde locks into E speed, then T-Tar pursuits it. No, he's going to go right to Scizor, his standard Megalodios. From my understanding, is like Draco, Psychic, Earthquake, Roost. So that was a good move. He's going to Chansey to check for HP. Oh, what a move. So I guess it's not standard Megalodios. Nicely done. So here comes Jirachi, which could also, speaking of healing stuff, we're going to see lefties, lefties. And it has max HP from the fact that it only took 24% from Seismic Toss. So I'm thinking Wish. Probably this Rock Setter too, now that I think about it. Here comes Torn, who has a couple things to. Well, there's Protect. There's always a stage in metagames, I feel like, when Protect Jirachi comes by to try and auto win against offense teams. It just seems to always happen. That's doing damage. I wonder. I guess he's waiting for something. All right, no dice so far. You burn a couple recovers, which I mean it could be worse. Here goes to Pex to engage in Pex wars. If he's got T spikes, then he can get him down and affect T-Tar maybe. Or I think it's likelier that he would just force a Pex switch and try to use that to his advantage. Even though he really doesn't. So I mean he can fire off Scalds if he has it. Here comes Latios, who won't mind a Scald too much or a knockoff. So I guess he's. Oh, man. I'm just wondering where the rocks are. I mean, I've seen very, very, very few stall teams, like dedicated stall teams with Doug Trio when it was still around, that were like, it's not even worth using stall because it's all the winning with toxic, or not even worth using stall. Like, I'm sorry, which I don't know. I can't comment on it, even though I guess it's kind of nice that the ethos of rocks every team is not entirely true, even though 99% of the time it still seems to be. But I just can't see why he wouldn't have rocks here. And in any case, I think he definitely would have tried to use it against Tornadus, considering it's Jirachi against Torn. Jirachi usually switches into Torn. So he's got a. I guess the issue here is that Latios is actually kind of threatening, and Bantar threatens Chansey and subsequently P2's team, especially now that P2 took 20. The Scizor took 27% from the Psychic, which is a lot of damage. Which means it even struggles even more switching into Ban Tyranitar without a whatchamacallit, Mega. So Torn comes in. I mean, if he's got U-turn, which I assume is why, I guess Supersonic Sky Strike actually threatens at this range. Uh, but I'm still unsure because if he has U-turn, then because U-turn would be the ideal move because an offensive Torn set threatens Bantar, so it's not going to risk getting pursued there. And out of Latios, it can switch to Chansey. Or I guess he doesn't have U-turn, but he can just U-turn to Chansey. So here's Jirachi, soft boiled, bit of a stalemate. So actually no, because P2 has Pex, and there's Wish. He's not going to be passing it to Tyranitar. So he pretty much, okay, it's U-turn, but that still means Rock's nowhere to be seen, unless it was Scarf Rock's Lando, I guess. But I feel like the first time he scared out the Zygarde with Lando, or the only time, then he could have set up Rocks there rather than U-turning for. What did he even get out of it? I don't think he got much. He U-turned and got okay, this could be incredibly unfulfilling to watch. So, well, there are the T-spikes, so that inhibits Tar a little as well. Here's Latios. Okay, if he has Heal Bell, he should use it here. Nope. Okay, so I'm gonna guess Healing Wish Chansey. I think that's what he had on the RMT as well. So we're going to see this for a while. On the subject of Toxapex, then some people have been saying, now that it has knockoff, ban that motherfucker. I'm not so sure I agree, but sets up T-spikes again to in case Peck switched in, so he would have another layer up. So uh, not a lot being accomplished here. I think B2 kind of has this in the long run because it's more PP, I guess. I think you should go to Scizor here. Okay, I guess not. Because Scizor gets his Mega Evolution off, which helps him with the Tyranitar problem. Here comes Zapdos. Maybe this will defog. And Toxapex, what a Pokemon. I think it was one of my favorites on day one. Okay, it does have defog. What the shit? So Discharge, Defog, Roost, and who knows, Heat Wave. So you use Ditto, I don't know, to burn Discharge PP? I guess that firing off discharges isn't bad for P2 because it annoys everything at least. But I don't know, actually. That seems weird. And Roost just gets pursued. I wouldn't be surprised to see. Well, I guess Tar would have gotten poisoned there, which would have been good for Chansey in the long run. But he gets some rocks again. If this Toxapex doesn't have Skull, which I think it doesn't, I think he should be trying to get the Mega off with Scizor Rapid ASAP. I guess what he does know now is the last move on Zapdos, which lets him know if he can root sound with Scizor or something, or if he healing wishes, if it can go toe to toe with Zygarde, or if like shit, man, I don't know, but hmm. Chansey's not, doesn't have infinite. Okay, there we go. And yup, there's the big guy. Still gotta be worried about the Latios. So things are gonna start dropping now. And the only thing faster is Latios. I guess with knowing the Zapdos CVs, now he knows if it's timid, i.e. faster than Zygarde, which always runs Adamant. So, question is how he's going. So now it's an interesting game because uh, P2 is a lot more threatened by the Megalodios, but Zygarde is killing shit without hesitation. So Zygarde's kind of a threat too. I mean, I don't think he would have Healing Wish there if he didn't know he could handle it. So that just drops. My god. But actually, I think we are underestimating P2's own Tox effects. Not against Latios, but against Zapdos. If it comes to that. Because Zapdos is the answer for the offensive Torn. Oh, he goes to Zapdos. It is neutral to Thousand Arrows the first time, so he goes to Scizor, and now he knows the last move is HPI, so very nicely done there. So what, is he finally going to slow turn? Defog, yup, but that doesn't matter. He roosts up. Zapdos is or Scizor is in commission. I think he could have done that a while ago, but no harm, no foul. So that was very cool use of Ditto. So he's Swords Dancing up. Uh-oh, and that might be game. Uh-oh, well, Discharge and the Para might disagree. And this could get ugly. That Discharge is doing way too much. So I assume it's offensive Zapdos. So Latios goes down. If Latios dies, Zygarde almost cleans by itself. Uh-oh, that was a big Para. I think he has no choice but to go for the Bullet Punch here. Yeah, that's dead. So now he's going, so you have to bank it all. Yeah, this looks like Zygarde's going to clean up. Full Para, Fire Punch, it's alright, Zygarde comes in and, yeah, people freak out, but I think it's an overreaction. So something dies, then Zapdos comes in, and honestly just, Ditto is kind of going to help him out, so help Hex can stall it for a while. That Para was incredibly stupid, though, of course. That's a good move there. Really nice, because you just keep the Ditto around for further fucking around, and Toxapex can help him in the, dance around it until I can get Zygarde in to Thousand Arrows this bitch. Although it might be, seeing as I said it was offensive earlier, that might mean it's faster, so. He's just dead set on stalling. Look at Pex eating this shit up. Oh, okay, predicted what a master. But yeah. I guess he's repeatedly. I assume that when Zapdos switches in, it gets it has its PP refreshed, so he can almost infinitely just switch back and forth between these two and just root stall. So that's really cool. Here's Torn. Turn. He knocks him off. That's an advantage. Doesn't really need it anymore. And down it goes. Honestly, I would go to down here and just spam discharge. I think that seems better. No downside. You don't need to stall at this point. Or Zygarde, I guess, can live in HP Ice. I have a distinct memory of killing Zygarde at full health with HP Ice before, but I must have been very mistaken because I didn't even come close. Maybe it's not full special attack or something, I don't know. Or the Zygarde's just really bulky. Anyway, so 1,000 arrows, and V2 is going to win the first game of SPL 9. So thank you guys for watching and bearing with me, and this means I am back for a while. And yeah, I'll catch you next time.